there, friends. I got a delicious carrot cake. I love making carrot cake. I love having it. It's so easy. Let me tell you, wherever I go, it's never as moist and as delicious as my recipe. You're gonna love making it. Even if you don't bake, I promise you, you never baked a cake before. This is your beginning cake, a carrot cake by Chef Jean-Pierre. It's amazing. My friends, I know you're gonna love making it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. I am glad you're here. Stay tuned. We're making it right now together, my friends. Okay, friends, well, the first thing we need to do is we need to make the cake. I'm telling you, friends, even if you don't bake, you can bake this, okay? It's not complicated, I promise you. I'm gonna give you all the ins and outs. All right, look, I'm gonna give you the measurement also, but remember to always refer to the recipe printed on a website. You know, if you go below the video, there's a link that says show more. You click on that, boom, there's a link. Click on it, and it gives you the free recipe on a website with a bunch of stuff, free. So, because sometimes I don't remember. What are you gonna do? I don't remember exactly, okay? So I got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and we're gonna mix all the dry ingredient, and we mix the wet ingredient, and we put them all together. Easy, easy. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, always half, and a teaspoon of salt. Then I got a quarter cup, see what I tell you? A quarter cup of white sugar, and I got 3/4 cup, that looks like a lot more, but it's not. It's because I put it through the strainer to get rid of all the lumps of a brown sugar. Eh? And then we're gonna mix all this up. And then we're gonna do the wet ingredient. I'm telling you, friends, when you see this, you're gonna go, wow, this is really easy. It's really easy. Nothing is complicated. You don't need to be a baker to make a beautiful dessert. Everybody knows somebody that loves a carrot cake, right? Oh, I love carrot cake. I love carrot cake. And sometimes you go, oh, well, I don't bake. I can't make a whole big cake like that. So you go buy one. But you can make it so easy at home, I promise you, friends. And I think you're gonna love my recipe. It's really simple to make. Mix up all the dry ingredients first, so then you don't have to do too much mixing over there, because you don't want to overmix it. You don't mind doing this. You can mix this all you want. You just don't want to overmix it when it's wet, okay? So look, we got all that right there. Oh, mamma mia, I forgot the spicing. See, I have, okay, now, spicing is really a matter of opinion. You know, I like my spice in the background, meaning very little. I don't want to eat a piece of cake and go, oh, there's cinnamon in there. Now, if you like cinnamon, you go right ahead and put it out more. I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Cloves, very strong. And I have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I like my spice to be in the background. Some people like them on foreground. That means foreground means you take a bite and you go, oh, there's cinnamon in there, boy. And instead of like, oh, you got a nice blend of and spice in there. What's the difference to the spice and an herb? Let's see how many of you know that. Because you call spice everything. A spice is a bark or a seed, and an herb obviously come from a plant. So good little information. Friends, I got 4 eggs. Right there, I got 4 eggs. And I'm gonna mix them with this guy. And then I got 3/4 cup of safflower oil. Safflower oil is, I'm sorry, grapeseed oil. What am I talking about? Grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is so clean. It doesn't have any flavor at all. It's wonderful. It's great to cook. We still got a high smoke point. I got 3/4 cup of, I got a lot of 3/4 cup of applesauce. So we don't have to put as much oil. Normally, the applesauce gets rid of half of the oil. You know, you can get rid of the oil. Put a little bit of vanilla in here. I would say 2 teaspoons, somewhere around there. All right. Then I also got a 1/4 cup of honey. And I use the acacia honey. I love the acacia honey in there. mix all this up together, friends. You see, right there. I put a little oil in there. It didn't work today. Normally it works. Put a little oil in a container with a honey, you know. And then, but don't measure. Just put it in there. It's still gonna work, I promise you. All right, friends, look. The wet is well mixed. Now let's do the dry. Put the dry in the wet. That's what I meant. Put the dry in the wet. Right there. You can put it all at once, don't worry. It's still gonna mix pretty bad. We're gonna blend this together. Do it slowly, obviously. So far, you see I haven't done anything you can't do, right? I'm telling you. When I tell you it's easy, friends, it's easy. It's easy. I don't want to do things that are complicated and you guys are not going to want to do. Because what's the sense? If I teach you stuff that are too complicated, only bakers can do. Bakers, they don't need me. Bakers, they know their stuff already. Trust me, I had pastry chefs working for me or with me all my life. Bakers are not cooks. Cooks are not bakers. It's true. It's a whole different trade. Bakers are very measurement-oriented. You got to measure when you bake. When you cook, a little more this, a little more this. A lot easier to cook than bake, let me tell you. That's why cooks make a very easy baking recipe. Let's mix this up really good. All right, we got it mixed up. Now I got 3/4 cup of walnuts, 3/4 cup of pecan. So far, everything is easy, right? Then I got carrots over there, friends. I got a pound of carrots. That was about 4 big carrots. And I'm going to mix that up. That's really simple. Have you noticed? Mix all this up. And then what we're going to do, friends, we're going to go into that cookie sheet that you see right there on my right. You haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see it. It's a cookie sheet that's got a parchment paper covered on it. So you know what I do? I take a little bit of non-stick spray or butter, and I put a little flour, so you can do either way. And I put some before I put the parchment paper, right? I put a little bit underneath so the parchment paper sticks well. And then I put the parchment paper, and then I put more non-stick spray on top of the parchment paper because this cake would have tendency of sticking if you don't do this, okay? But this is so simple. We're gonna do it. I don't know if you guys have seen my lemon tiramisu or my regular tiramisu. I'm gonna do it in the same mold, kind of like a lasagna pan thing. Really simple. You'll see. Here we go, my friends. We're gonna put this in there, and then we're gonna make sure it's evenly put together in there. Smells amazing already. It already smells amazing, and we haven't done nothing to it yet. We haven't cooked it. That's amazing. I love my job. I smell good stuff every day. I cook good stuff every day. I tell you, it's tough for a chef to be skinny. I'm telling you, all the professionals out there that are watching and go, yeah, we know what you mean, chef. Yeah, it's very tough. It's very tough. I'm trying to cut out the sugar and the white out of my diet. And that means I'm not going to have much of that carrot cake. That's okay. The neighbors love it. Whenever I do something like that, I give it to the neighbors. They don't mind. Hey, neighbors, I can't eat that. It's too good. Look at this, friends. All right? I got the oven at 350. I'm going to bake this. Then I'm going to let it cool. Right? I'm going to let it cool. I have to let it cool, friends. Then after it's cool, I'm going to cut it to fit my mold. And then we're going to put it together. I'm going to show you how I make my the cream to go in there, friends. Now, one more thing you got to do, friends. You know what? I'm going to put my finger in there. So you do this like this. And then what you do, you take your fingers and you go around it. I know it doesn't look so good, but trust me, it'll make it. Just keep your finger on the board. It'll make it where it doesn't stick on the side. It's a little something, but trust me, it works, my friends. All right? Oven 350. It's going to take about 35 minutes. Like I said, we're going to cook it. We're going to let it cool. And when we come back, I'll show you how to put it together. Okay, friends, I got the cake cool. It's most important for you to wait a couple of hours at least before you can maneuver. It is not an easy cake to maneuver. You can't just cut it and slice it on it. It's kind of fragile. We want it to be fragile. So I'll talk about the cake in a minute. I got a pound of cream cheese in here. You can do mascarpone, you can do cream cheese, whatever it is you want. And I have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And I think I'm having a second thought. I'm going to put a little more sour. I'm going to put a little more heavy cream. I'm going to put 1 more cup. I'm going to put 3 cups. I'm having second thought. I'm going to put 1 more cup of heavy whipping cream. Voila. And I'm going to start whipping that. I started whipping the cream cheese, friends. I want to make sure the cream cheese is really at room temperature. I'm going to mix this slowly, obviously, because if I don't mix it slowly, I'm going to have a mess everywhere. And while this is happening, I'm going to tell you about the cake, friends. Now, the cake, like I said, it's fragile. Be careful. When I put it in here, you can see right here it cracked a little bit. You have to be careful when you grab it, because that's going to be one little challenge. Now, carrot cake is already very moist. It's moist. But I'm going to put a simple syrup with a little rum in there. No, you don't have to put rum in it if you don't want to. Simple syrup, just sugar water. Sugar water, that's all it is. I'll give you a recipe and a print the recipe if you want, but simple syrup is nothing to make. It's a little thick. I'm going to put a little rum with it. Certainly not necessary to put a little rum in there. But I find that carrots and rum, they go well together. So I'm going to mix this up just a little bit. You can put as much or as little rum as you want. You can put a whiskey in there. You can put a bourbon in there. You can put whatever you want. You don't have to put anything. You can just put sugar, whatever. You can skip the whole thing. And you know what? We just put a little bit on here, right here. Just a little bit. You see? Look, just like that. Now, what that's going to do, friends, that's going to make the cake very moist. I don't know about you, but when I eat a cake, one of the things I hate the worst about a cake is a dry cake. And then you put a little bit of simple syrup with rum in there. Woohoo! Let me tell you, it's a cool thing. I like doing it. When I make a limoncello or a regular tiramisu, I put some limoncello in my simple syrup, and a regular tiramisu I may put some cognac and what else am I putting in there? Kahlua or something. Same idea, right? So we got this right there. We're gonna whip now. And like I said, you can skip all this. You don't need to worry about making it. Right here, my friend, I'm going to whip this until I have a nicely whipped cream. And we're going to put some powdered sugar. I got 2 cups in here, but I don't think I'm going to need them all. We're looking good. Let me just do one thing quick, friends. I want to make sure that, yeah. None of my cream cheese was stuck on the side, but I don't think any of it was stuck on the side. But it's just to be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. See? Oh, while I have it up, friends, let me put that sugar in there. I think I'm going to make a mess. No, I got a plate right there. I can put it right on that plate right there. I'm going to put a vanilla. Also, I would say about another 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're not measuring. If it's a little more, if it's a little less, it doesn't matter. So I have 2 cups in here of powdered sugar. I'm going to put about 1.5 cups and see how I do. And it might be enough. Sometimes I forget. I'm going to do this slowly now. Slowly until it's incorporated, until we have a nice whipped cream. And then we're going to test it, and we're going to use that whipped cream in there, friends. We're going to do it, now we can go on a high speed. We're going to put it in a pastry bag. We'll put it right on there. Easy. Easy as pie. Let's see what we got. I don't want to be too much, but I want a nice stiff whipped cream, man. Not too stiff now. We're not making butter. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here, friends. It's easier if I think I'm good. Yes. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to test it. Because sometimes I'm off with the sugar. You know, I'm going to tell you, I can put the whole sugar in there. So 2 cups was not too much. So I was afraid. Sometimes I'm afraid I put too much sugar. You know, there's some people that they're going to think 2 cups is not enough. I'd rather have a dessert a little light on the sugar. I don't know about you. If it's too sugary, it's too sweet. How do you like that one? If it's too sugary, it's too sweet. Oh, wonder where I learned that. That's a statement. You can quote me on it. I'm good with it. Friends, I'm going to put it in a pastry bag because it's easier to put it on there. What I do with a pastry bag, I show you, friends. See, before I put the stuff in my bag, I take it, I twist it like this. I twist it so now I can load my pastry bag with as much as I want, and it's not going to go down while I'm loading it. You see? Now, of course, there's many people you can do so many different things with your pastry bag, but I'm just doing this. And I'm trying to make sure I stay clean. I don't want a pastry bag is going to be such a big mess. I think I can put it all in there because that's why I got one of them big pastry bag. You see, friends? Look at that. Big pastry bag. So far, nothing is really too sweet. So, oh, look at that. It opened in the bottom. It wasn't supposed to. It's so heavy. It's such a heavy weight. It's such a holy macaroni. See, it's not supposed to have done this. See, issue. I probably didn't twist it good enough. You know, leave it up to me. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to make it right on the camera. I probably didn't twist it long enough, tight enough. So, friends, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in there. And then I'm going to put the other layer on top. You see? Very simple, eh? I mean, you can certainly put it there and flatten it with the spatula. There'd be nothing wrong with that either. However you put it on there, it'll work. You see? Do it slowly, take your time. I say that and I'm not rushing. All right, so now I'm gonna have to hold this as carefully as I can. There you go, clean bowl. Come over here, you stay over there. All right, now friends, let me do something real quick. Let me clean up here because we don't need to be in here. Let me just clean this stuff up really quick so I can work in a clean space. There you go. Let me take a little rag. And there you go. Now I got a clean space to work. All right. Now what I'm going to do, friends, I'm going to take the cake that I have right here, and I'm going to put, now, you could certainly take a spatula and make sure it's nice and even, you see? Remember I used to work drywall. And then you make it nice and smooth. You can do that if you're anal, but if you're not necessary. See, there's a hole over there inside, so we're gonna fit it there. All right, now I got this dirty. Ah, mamma mia, here we go. Clean it up, right there. Okay, leave it here. Now we're gonna take a cake. Now, this is when it gets a little tricky. Okay, this cake is not exactly easy to maneuver. I make it look easy, but wait until you see the spatula that I got, friends. Look at those big spatula. Okay, that made it easy. Like I said, this is not gonna be exactly as easy as I made it look like, friends. So, because you see the cake is fragile, eh? All right, so now we're gonna take the rest of our whipped cream, and maybe I can work like a professional. And not having some come out everywhere. There you go. We're almost there. There you go. This tip should have stayed clean. There we go. We look better. All right, we're going to do exactly the same thing, friends, okay? We're going to go in. Same exact thing. I told you this was the kind of cake that anybody can do. Anybody can do this. And then what we'll do, friends, we're going to wait for this cake to be cool a few hours before we even consider cutting it. Because all that cream, all that icing is going to have time to, it's going to need time to cool and to set. You see? All right, let's hope I have enough. Let's hope I calculated enough. We're gonna see. It looks like I'm gonna be a little shy. Maybe not. What do you think? Think I make it? No. Oh, maybe. Maybe I'll make it. There you go, I made it. Wow. So you know what? When I write a recipe, maybe I should, oh, mamma mia, air bubble. Okay, so if this was very pretty, when I did it, if this was very pretty, I would leave it like that and put my nuts on it. But since it's not so pretty, I'm gonna make it even. Because I hate things that are not so pretty. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna make it nice and even. So I'm gonna take a little more, because I have a little more on that side. And I'm gonna make it even here. All right, my friends? And then we're gonna put pecan on it. We're gonna wait for it to cool. To set in the refrigerator. There's a little more here than I want. All right, I'm gonna make it nice and neat. Nice and neat. I'm gonna put the pecan on top. Refrigerator for a few hours. We're almost there, my friends. Like I say, some of you are not gonna bother with all of that drywall work that I'm doing. But I gotta have it as perfect as I can get it. There you go. All right, there you go. Almost there, my friends. Almost there. Voila. And I could be here 3 hours. Have you ever done drywall? Sometimes you fix a little bit and you want it to be perfect, and you mess up the whole thing. All right, friends. I think we're good. I'm gonna clean up my mold. And all I gotta do is take myself my kitchen rag, clean up my mold right there. This is gonna make a beautiful slice. When I'm done with it, it's gonna be beautiful. And we are good to go. So now all I gotta do, friends, is clean up all my mess. I'm gonna put some chopped pecan all the way on top. And I'm probably gonna make a little more whipped cream later on to put it in it, and that's it. And then we're gonna wait for it to be super cold, and we're gonna cut a piece of it. I told you anybody can do this. This is not a cake that is difficult to make. And it's so delicious. You guys are gonna love it. My friends, I let it cool, and I see you in a few hours when it's nice and cold, and I can cut a nice slice out of it. I see you in a little while. Okay, friends, well, I ended up waiting overnight. I hide it from Jack so he didn't see it. I'm going to cut a piece, and you know, the piece I'm going to cut is not going to be the one we're going to use for the thumbnail, because the first cut is never that great, but it's going to be delicious. Friends, one thing you got to remember, when you put the nuts on there, make sure you push them in so they get caught in the cream. Otherwise, when you cut it, they're going to be all over the place. They got to be pushed in. All right, I was going to make more decoration, but it doesn't need it. The color cake is nice and simple. Right? So what we're going to do, we're going to cut a little piece. Now, remember, we have to cut it because we're cutting the, oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm always forgetting something. I got to get a clean rag to clean my knife if I want to make a clean cut. You see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a rag, wet rag, yeah, for the second cut, because I got to clean it every time. Otherwise, you get a dirty cut. Dirty, not dirty, dirty, dirty. So I know it's not going to be a perfect cut, but I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to go cut the cake, cut through. Let's clean the knife again. We're going to get it in the middle. We're going to get as nice of a cut as we can get. But I know it's not going to be perfect. I have to deal with it. There we go. All right, friends, we're going to go in there like this. And voila. Did I get it all? I didn't get it all. See, the first cut is never really pretty. Mamma mia, very not nice. All right, so you know what we're going to do, friends? We're going to start again with another cut, and I can get a better cut, not cut. It always happens to me when I do things like this. It's never perfect. I like it perfect. So we're going to get it from here. And then we're going to be able to put the spatula in a much better position so I can make a nice thumbnail. Cut it. And now I didn't clean the knife again. You see, if I didn't want to be perfect, none of this would happen. Let's see if I can get a better cut here, friends. I bet I can. You see right there? Much better cut. Right there. My friends, this is beautiful. Now, oh, you see? Oh, yes. My friend, it's so easy. Of course, I'm going to make a much prettier cut again, but you see, right there, oh. Oh. The bottom layer is much more moist than the top layer. I bet I forgot to put the simple syrup on the second layer. Don't forget, my friend, it's delicious. And that's the kind of cake then even if you're not a baker, you can make. I told you it was going to be easy. It's super easy and it's beautifully delicious. My friend, I hope you make it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Look at me. The minute the camera on, I made a mistake. But you know what? That means I'm going to get to eat this piece and this piece. You guys figure out this one over there.